Many people say that brass knuckles overpower, but does it really live up to that reputation, and should you get it? So let's talk about what makes brass knuckles so good. Without a doubt, we already know it's the flame damage. Each hit you do, it burns your opponent for a limited time period. It's kind of like having a flamethrower, but instead each hit you flame them. In addition, you also get a faster movement speed than the rest. As you see in this clip, the knuckles allows me to get around this bot faster and quicker, allowing my movement to be more flexible and making my plays unpredictable. Now with the fish, you can already see my movement is a little slower, but I'm still able to get around my opponent and is not as fast as the brass knuckle. Obviously I was just joking, but from my personal preferences, I think brass knuckle is a little faster. But overall, the only good thing about this weapon is just the flame damage. So let's talk about how you can obtain this limited edition brass knuckle. So last update they brought it back, and to get the brass knuckle you must get season token. With season token you can get it from daily login or the baddies pass, and with the season token you can use it to spin, but the chances of getting it is only 0.2%, or you can use Robux, which I highly don't recommend. Now let's talk about why brass knuckle is bad. In order for you to use the item, you must use your fist, and you're probably like, fist isn't even that bad, but people fail to realize that fist has one of the smallest and shortest hitbox for a weapon. Just like in this clip, the brass knuckle was not able to hit, but my fish was able to hit. So keep this in mind when you're using brass knuckle. You're basically sacrificing your range. And now let's talk about, is there any proper ways of using brass knuckles? The answer is yes and no, because you have to factor in 3 things: ping, common sense, and the range. Obviously, the lower your ping is, the more chances you'll be able to hit them and ping diff them. The common sense is basically your battle experience. So like if you know how to strafe around them, spam jump or whatever, like use it during the appropriate time in order to get like an advantage. And what I mean by ranges, if someone is beating you up with a bat, you don't want to use brass knuckles since they don't allow you to get close to them. So instead, switch it to pink stop sign, fish, and the other weapons around that gives you more range. This question might still linger in your mind. When should I use the brass knuckle, and what time is the appropriate time to use it? You should use it after you drag someone, because they can't run or move anywhere and you can hit them with the easy flame damage. However, when you realize your hit aren't connecting anymore and you're way too far from them, switch to a pink stop sign or a fish or any weapon that gives you a longer range. And once they're on the ground, repeat the process over and over until you're able to get them. So the last question is, should you get the brass knuckle? It's gonna be the same answer as yes and no, because if you're going to spend $200 just for a brass knuckle digital like fighting tool, then the answer is gonna be heck no. Under no circumstances will you spend $200 2 weeks of groceries just on this game. You're probably like, but everyone has it and I want it too. If you listen carefully, you said want, not a need, so don't be spending $200 on this game just for a brass knuckle. But yeah, brass knuckle is really good, but it's not worth anything over 20 bucks. So be responsible with your money or you'll end up like them, but at least they're happy.